the time I sit down, my appetite's gone. And a great example is if I go to a restaurant. Fuck the appetizers, man. Fuck the appetizers. They're good, but what is going on, people? My name is Wes. I hope you're doing well. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What's going on? It has recently come to my attention that when people are trying to gain weight, one of the reasons they can't is because they feel like they can't eat more food and they get so full. So that spurred my imagination, and here we are. I want to talk about eating more and I guess what you can do to expand your stomach. So the first thing jumping in, you really have to understand that it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to suck first. Because if you're expanding your stomach, you have to push yourself to eat. And if you're expanding your stomach so you can gain weight, again, you just have to get used to eating larger amounts of food. Now, it's not always gonna suck, but at least for me, from a lot of other people that I've heard, it sucked for at least a little bit. You have to push yourself, and you just have to accept that there is gonna be some form of uncomfort when you're first gaining weight or when you're first going on the journey. You also want to try to eat at the same times during the day. An analogy that I thought to relate this to is your dogs, if you have dogs. I do. So when you feed them, typically they're going to get hungry. I mean, even with other animals, they get hungry when you feed them at a set time during the day. And so they're going to start fucking with you and be like, yo, let's go. I'm hungry. It's 8. Why is there no food? In that same way, your body will do that. So try to eat at regular times. That should help you get into the habit of eating. Because if you're like me, and it was hard for you to gain weight, food isn't really something that's too attractive to you, so it's easy to just be like, and not eat for a long time. So make sure that you eat at a regular time so it can keep you consistent. Next, you want to eat first and then take your pills. I think I've already mentioned this in another video, but definitely eat before taking your pills. You want something in your stomach. I've noticed, weirdly enough, if I take Adderall, then if I take Adderall on an empty stomach, no appetite, like not happening. But if I eat and then take my pills, I tend to have a little bit more of an appetite. It's a little bit more regular. So be sure to at least try that and give it a shot. You also want to eat as much as you can when you're not on Adderall. Again, if you're like me and if you've just taken Adderall before, should blunt your appetite. And if you need to gain weight on it, just before you take your Adderall, load up on calories, take your Adderall. It'll last for 4 to 8 hours, 12, whatever the fuck. And then once that wears off, load up on your calories again. This kind of moves me into another point, which is intermittent fast. So you don't have to do this, and by and large, it's kind of a counterintuitive thing to say, but if you fast for 16 hours, then you're going to be really hungry at the end of it. Given if you don't take an Adderall on an empty stomach, or at least if your body's gotten used to it so you can take an Adderall on an empty stomach and still be hungry, you should be in good shape to eat a good amount of food. So for example, you can do not eat any food past 8 p.m. and then wait until noon the next day. It's a 16-hour fast because you fast through your sleep too. So you could always try that. It's worked out a ton for me. I would just eat 2 meals a day, and after 16 hours, it's easy for me to eat because it's been 16 hours since I fucking ate something. So also try exercising. Go for a walk, do some weightlifting, jazz Pilates, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Is jazz Pilates even a thing? But yeah, so definitely exercise, burns more calories, help your body get primed, and it's a physical response. It's not like an appetite, which is a desire to eat. It's more so a hunger, which is the need to eat. So when you burn calories and you burn energy, you need to replace it. So get some exercise in your life. Also be sure to drink a lot of water. I pull this bitch up in all my videos. I feel like drink some water. You can get something like this. It's a little half gallon, easy to carry around. Water helps stir up your digestive tract. And I don't know if anyone else has had this issue, but when I'm on Adderall, my mouth gets dry as fuck. So water helps out a ton. And when you have a dry mouth, I'm not eating food. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but not happening. If you have trouble, even after all this, trying to expand your stomach and get used to eating more food, then maybe try drinking your food. You don't have to blend your food. I mean, I guess you can if you want to, but mass gainers, protein shakes, milkshakes, I would do mass gainers like fruit smoothie mass gainers. So you can do all that. I've heard of taking shots of olive oil, because a shot of olive oil is like 1,000 calories. Now, I've never done that, so do that at your own risk. But I've heard Zach Perna, he's like a gym star athlete. So I guess he did that to help gain weight. So definitely, I mean, maybe give that a try, but definitely use some mass gainers, because I would always do like one meal and then a big mass gainer, because I never wanted to eat. And yeah, I still do one every now and then if I really need to. It's really rare though. Plan your meals. At least know what you're gonna eat when you're gonna eat it. Like after work, or when you get back from school or done with class, then you're gonna eat, and you know what the meal is that you're gonna eat. Because if it's there, it's less of an excuse to say, I don't want to eat that, because you're trying to gain weight, so you gotta eat. There's no magic pill. You have to eat. So try to plan your meals. You can meal prep, buy them ahead. Just make a lot of food at once and then just divide it. It's easy. And then you meal prepped. Yay. When you do sit down, I think one of the last things, when you're sitting down to eat, I try not to snack. I know you can snack to help get your appetite up, but I found if I snack, then it kills my appetite for the rest of the day. I almost like to save my appetite in a weird way. I guess this kind of goes with the fasting thing, but when I'm preparing my food, I lay all of my food out. If I need to count my calories, I go do it, and I'll say, okay, this is 1,200 calories, maybe like 60 or 80 grams of protein or whatever, and you know everything there is what you have to eat to get to where you want, I guess, as far as your body and your calories and your macros. Don't eat anything. Don't pick at anything. Like, leave everything until it's down, and then once it's all down, just go at it all at once. Again, I've had a weird thing. If I pick at food like while I'm cooking, by the time I sit down, my appetite's gone. And a great example is if I go to a restaurant. Fuck the appetizers, man. Fuck the appetizers. They're good, but if I sit down and if I eat an appetizer, by the time my food comes out, I heard that it takes your brain about 20 minutes to understand that it's full from your stomach. So from the moment you start eating, it takes about that time to register that you're full. So if I'm eating an appetizer, by the time my food comes out, I don't want to eat. Like, I can eat more, but my appetite is gone. So I guess this is more so for appetite preservation. Just hold off, or at least give it a shot. Hold off until all your food is out in front of you. Plus, once it is all out in front of you, all you have to do is eat it all. That's it. It's your one goal, and it's all out in front of you. You don't have to get up and go get more food and just do, like, no, it's all there. So, hopefully it helps. This was a little bit of an exhaustive list, but I just wanted to throw everything together. So if you guys like what I'm doing, please leave me a comment. Give me a like down below. I'll have a subscribe button here or here. I never know where they are, so one of the directions, I don't know. And again, yeah, please keep watching. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a kick-ass 2021, and I'll catch you on the next time. Let's get it.